Hey folks, I'm Alex Dowd.
And I'm Ignatiy Vishnevetsky.
Today we are talking about the new adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats in theaters this Christmas.
Welcome to Film Club. I feel like this is one of those films where you could take any shot, any frame, and just hang it up on a wall because it's just perfect, provided that you're decorating a CIA black site somewhere. This thing is ugly.
Singular in its ugliness, I
Yes.
would say. You know?
And I think a lot of people got that sense when the first trailer came out and was, let's say, greeted with scorn. And
horror, I would say.
And that's
People
putting it
were
charitably.
repelled by it.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of viewers, really the question is, do the cats look as bad as they look in the trailer?
I think they do, and in fact, over the course of its 2 hours or something, I never really got used to looking at them.
Yeah, this is not one of those things, kind of like the de-aging effects in The Irishman. They may be imperfect, but you get used to them, and they're conceptually of a piece with the film. This is consistently ugly, right? So what they did is they filmed live-action actors, and then with the help of the cutting edge of digital fur technology, as they referred to it, they gave them coats of fur, they gave him ears, they gave him tails. This is an expensive movie, but the effects sometimes look unfinished, especially with characters in the background. There's like noticeable drops in resolution and animation quality.
I mean, I would say that the problem might be that they are finished, and this is exactly how the movie wants to look.
It looks so bad. They've got normal fingers, normal toes, but kind of fur.
It's like something out of a
furry
nightmare.
Faces. Every director likes to say that they're putting their dream, their vision up on the screen, but this feels like a bad dream. This feels like this was induced by something.
Yeah.
So this is an adaptation of very popular, very famous musical, Cats. Cats is the musical that kicked off the whole tourist-chasing, multi-million-dollar mega musical trend.
The way we think about Broadway today as these giant blockbuster productions.
That run for years and years. Cats ran for 18 years on Broadway.
Have you ever seen the show on stage?
I have not seen the show on
neither.
stage. And here's the thing, if you listen to it, it's not a great musical.
No.
It's got one great number, Memory, it's the famous one, and then a whole bunch of songs that sound exactly the same and consist of cats introducing each other for 2 acts.
It's like basically the movie is cats walking into frame and describing what it's like to be a cat.
Yes.
That is what the music
This particular cat. It's a musical with no real plot to speak of, no main character, and in the original production, just one set. And then that's basically entirely supposed to be carried by choreography and the dancing and the stagecraft and all this other stuff that doesn't really translate to this film. So you're forced to rely on its qualities as a musical.
Or as a bizarre object, you know?
Yeah.
And that's sort of what got me through.
Yeah, well, they rework the script a little bit, so and they add dialogue for certain characters, because originally
It's sung through on stage.
Yeah, on stage, no spoken dialogue, entirely sung through. The cast here, it's kind of a mix of celebrities and actual professional dancers.
Yeah.
I mean, the dancing is kind of cut to shreds. I don't really understand what's the point of casting principals from the Royal Ballet if you're going to replace their entire bodies with digital cat bodies,
Right,
basically.
and cut it in such a way also
and
where we're never getting a sense of how good these people are as performers.
And then, you've got people like Taylor Swift, who also wrote an original song for this with Andrew Lloyd Webber that isn't very good. Ray Winstone pops up as a cat. Idris Elba as a cat. I mean, that's really kind
Idris Elba's like the tough cat.
Yeah, he's the
villain
evil.
of the
He's
piece.
McCavity, the evil cat.
Who's magical also. Again, having not seen Cats, I did not realize that there was just straight up magic in this. That element is there in addition to the spectacle of talking and singing cats.
Ian McKellan, who I actually think commits to
I
his
was
role
so
in
touched by his conviction in it. He's like, I'm going to be a cat.
Yeah,
he really commits to that.
He really commits to the role of playing Gus the theater cat. So the lyrics of Cats the musical, they mostly come from Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats, a book of whimsical verse that T.S. Eliot published in 1939. And I feel like the difference between McKellan and everyone else is that McKellan is performing Eliot, whereas everyone else is singing Andrew Lloyd Webber. Like, he commits to that text.
Yeah.
But then you've got like Rebel Wilson, who's basically on hand to poorly perform one musical number and then just hang around in the background saying things like, "Who let the cat out of the bag?"
Yeah, there's a very
I'm
there's a
not
lot
sure
of confusing. Why would that particular metaphor exist in a world of cats? Why would like "cat got your tongue" exist in a world of cats?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of questions. So the plot, quote unquote, of Cats is you have these cats, they're called Jellicle cats. They introduce themselves in song and dance numbers, and then the elder cat, Old Deuteronomy, is played by Judi Dench in this film, usually a male role, picks one of them to ascend to the Heaviside layer and be reborn. Usually this is depicted on stage as a staircase or some kind of UFO thing that rises. Here it's a chandelier that's attached to a balloon, and that doesn't really help the impression this is basically a ritual sacrifice that they're making. Like, that it's just like,
it's like thinking
all these,
who gets to die.
yeah, which of these cats is going to be sent off on a weather balloon? Oh.
The film's directed by Tom Hooper, who did the big Les Mis adaptation a few years ago. A filmmaker who has always had kind of tacky aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
His big breakthrough was The King's Speech, a movie that had a lot of very unmotivated stylistic choices, just big expanses of negative space and fisheye lens.
Yeah.
So in some respects, he kind of makes sense for
But he
a
restrains
project like
himself.
this.
He restrains himself
Yeah.
here. You don't get the weird Tom Hooper shot compositions where there's just like 3/4 of the screen is empty behind someone's head.
Yeah.
This is shot mostly with, it'll be just like a handheld camera that's next to the cats.
Yeah.
It's not really shot with an eye for the choreography.
But it's made with some degree of care and some degree of skill, and to me that only enhances the silliness of it. Seeing like the juxtaposition between just how damn silly this material is and the amount of money and time and care that went into its production. All right, folks, thanks for watching today. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We will be back in the new year with more episodes. Thanks.